Welcome to the EdlerAbyss show. For talking videos, it's the place to go. Game tips, rants, tactics, and more. What you'll find here, you can never be sure. Hey you guys, welcome to the show. This episode we are doing, as you can see there, a little bit of Rush Defense Cold War on PC. I've had some requests to put up some PC footage, and I like playing PC, so I thought I'd put some up and see what we could come up with this. I love that. Cold War, for the most part, at least for the games that I've played, seems to be all about the first base. As an attacker, if you can push up and take the first base, it gets a hell of a lot easier. As a defender, it is by far your best chance to stop them. It's kind of like the other map, was it Nelson Bay used to be, where the first base was the ticket to the game, really. At least, for the rounds that I've played. And to be honest, I haven't played a tremendous amount of Rush on this map. Of course, Rush is the only thing you can play on this map, so I haven't played this map a whole hell of a lot. But you'll have that. I would really love to see some conquest on this. Maybe they'll do their little trick where they open up some of the different game types for the existing maps here pretty soon. So I would like to see some conquest on this map. It'd be pretty good for that. So to kick off here, in the spirit of what I was just saying about trying to hold the first base, I like to push up and hold that front line as far up on the side of the hill as I can and try to keep it there. If you can keep them from flanking around that first hill and making it down to the buildings, for the most part, you can do a real good job of holding them. Because once they get some mobile spawns into those buildings down there, they can be hard to weed out. And I actually see an example of that in this video. We get a squad that gets down into the buildings behind us and causes some trouble. But we'll talk about that when we get there. I just wanted to hit on a few things just to show some PC love. Like I said, I do like playing on the PC. I love playing shooters with mouse and keyboard. I've got some, on a personal note, I have some issues with my right thumb that causes problems with controllers. So it's a little, a little uncomfortable sometimes. But I do use Control Freaks for my Xbox controller on that right thumbstick to make things a little easier. If you guys haven't checked those out, that's a pretty good little add-on. I think they're like $10 for 2 of them. And it's a great little add-on for your control sticks. I'd definitely give them a try if you haven't checked into them. Do a little research on them. They're pretty cool. I like them. They help my thumb out a lot. Lets me do those prolonged gaming sessions with, well, I ain't gonna say no discomfort, but it reduces my discomfort. But as for PC though, I love to play on PC. The only thing that I see from my point of view that especially Xbox, as far as the console, has over PC is the framework that supports the underlying community with your friends list and the party chats, and the VoIP is always there with everybody unless they just don't put their mic in. But this game plays really good on PC, but it can be hard to coordinate things or communicate with your team. There's just not a lot of communication that goes on. I mean, you've got the chat box. Some of the people use VoIP, but that is rare in my experience. But the chat box is nice for broad topics. Like let's push to the left, let's push to the right, or something like that. But to do a call out like you're going to see that I need to do here in a second, the chat box just doesn't function well for doing enemy call outs. It's just not that great. That's where the VoIP and the built-in, you know, voice chat and all that just really shines on the consoles. If I don't know, if somebody, and I know Steam has tried this to an extent, but if somebody could put together a framework kind of like Xbox Live for the PC, it would be one of the greatest things ever. I would love that. But, you know, the consoles just make it easier for me to play with my friends and have a good time, and it's just more of a social event. But I do enjoy playing on the PC just for the sheer act of playing. I enjoy it better on the PC. But I guess you could say I just enjoy hanging out more on the Xbox. So that's kind of like where I lie. I mean, I play both, but most of the time's on the Xbox, as you've probably noticed. So back to the game type here, you can see we're doing a pretty good job of holding them. Pretty much, we're holding that front line about where that first house is coming down out of their deployment. And I believe it's about right here. Yeah. Right here is where I get shot in the back by this dude, which this is the guy I was talking about that managed to get down and get a mobile spawn in those houses. But going back to the deficiencies with communication on the PC, I don't have any good way to call that out. I mean, I could chat guy in the house, but I mean, as far as like pointing out which house it is, it just gets really difficult and convoluted. So right here, I'm just trying to figure out which damn house that guy was in. So I finally pinpointed it. And what I'm trying to do is draw some attention, because I will give the PC guys, the PC community, some very good respect in some aspects, in that they lack a lot of the base communication tools that are on the consoles. But as far as like, well, I mean, like here, it's just me, everybody. I'm not with anybody, so I'm, you know, if you want to look at it, I'm in a room of randoms. But what I wanted to say is, on PC, randoms for the most part are pretty cool. I mean, they're great as far as awareness, in that there's not a lot of communication, like I said, but they pick up on things. The awareness level is up, and I think that's due to just the lack of base communication. So as you can see, it takes me a little bit. So there's more than one or two in there now, so they're really getting a foothold. But what I was going to say is, as soon as I start drawing attention to this house with we're going over here and throwing grenades and shooting and getting kills and spotting these guys up before I kill them, that's drawing attention to the house, and they notice it quickly. It doesn't take them very long till I get some help over here to clean this house out. And that's one really cool thing. I mean, the player effort and awareness is by far, in my opinion, a lot higher on the PC. And like I said, I think that's due to just the lack of that core communication. But they make up for it. So, I mean, I'm not knocking the PC community at all. They're a great bunch of players. If, you know, going back to that thought, if we could get a framework kind of like Live for the PC players to go together, you know, kind of like what Steam tries to do, but just doesn't quite get there, man, the PC would be awesome. Just flat out awesome. So at this point, I've gotten frustrated, and I have just decided to draw as much attention to that house as I can. So I'm popping it from across the street so everybody can see, hey, something's going on over here. And as you can see, they're starting to come. So they're real good, and generally speaking, they're real good in, I don't know how to say this, in game awareness, I guess, is the best way to put it. So even though you can't talk to the people kind of like to the extent that you can on Xbox Live, you can still get things done because of just the general awareness of the players, which just makes it great. Well, I've babbled on enough about that. There's a few things I wanted to hit on, guys. First off, I'm going to try to get this one out on New Year's Eve. So I just wanted to wish everybody a happy New Year's. Be safe. Have a good time. But once again, be safe. Also, starting the new year off, I've kind of been working on a few things. I know I've had some guys say that some of my videos don't always pop up in their subscription box and things like that. I think that's an underlying issue with YouTube and stuff. So as kind of a workaround and solution to that, I started like a fan page, I guess you'd call it, on Facebook. I'll put the link in the description of this video, and every time I put a video up, that fan page gets hit with the link. So if you're on Facebook and you're a fan of that, it'll show up on your page. And don't forget about the Twitter. I'll be sure the link's down there as well. Twitter's kind of just where I, you know, when I'm playing or got something going on or just wanting to bloviate, that's where it happens. Anyway, guys, this one's about to wrap up. Hope y'all enjoyed it, and catch you soon. See ya.
We're all just gamers.